Here we go then, folks. It's the DVD presentation in association with Virgin Active of the big one, the biggest rivalry in Europe. It's the GMB Panthers at home to the arch enemy, the Sheffield Steelers, on Boxing Day 2012. Andy Carson's the referee. It's Kowalski up against De Caro. It's the Panthers against the Sheffield Steelers. Panthers in black and gold trim on their Christmas green, Robin Hood green, Lincoln green. Just something different for the festive period. Sheffield's game plan apparently is to take it to the Panthers, play tough, go for it, start what they can. They think they were the better team and lost recently to Belfast. Panthers most recently beat Coventry in Coventry 8-0. Referee Carson drops the puck centre ice in a match sponsored by Remit Automotive Training, and Panthers win the first draw of the game. Michel has a little dig at Craig Kowalski straight off the bat. He's one of those perennial rink rats. Panthers get it in deep all the way round. David Clark collects, sends it back round the back, bounces off the hit, and Frank lands in a heap of his own doing. Good hit from Kelsey Wilson right in front, loose puck, it's still loose. Can Panthers force it over the line? No, it comes back out the blue paint on the other side. Huge pressure, early doors in 30 seconds from the GMB Panthers. Clarkey takes another hit, beautifully takes the hit, but Sheffield have ended up with the puck in Panthers territory. Panthers hustling and harrying, Gotson with the shot, easy save by Kowalski, and the green shirts with the black and gold trim flood around Kowalski in the blue paint to protect him, and we haven't had a minute yet, and we've had action at both ends of the ring. Most dodgy though was around the net of De Caro. Matt Francis wins the draw for Nottingham. It's behind the net. Jason Beckett plays it around to this wing. Gallivan couldn't get it. Le Gui has it for Sheffield. Panthers hurrying and hassling, and now Panthers do get it forward. Gallivan, it bounces over his stick. Stevenson lobs it in, but Panthers get to it first. Lakovitz off the boards. Just got away from the Sheffield Steelers stick. They send it in, they're offside. They have to regroup. Panthers have the puck behind the net. John Weaver gets it back off Jason Beckett. Francis tips it forward. There'll be icing if we don't touch it first. Thomas skates over it, and the linesmen decide to change their minds and wave off icing. Panthers have it back to the blue line. Beckett's shot ricochets off Francis straight into the body of Saric. Sheffield have got it down the ice and they're changing on the fly. Both sides trying to get quick changes, fresh legs. Beckett forward to Ling. Ling, beautiful pass. Just skips over the stick of Benedict, but you know Benny's going to go and get it back and work as hard as he can. Hewitt, frustrated by Ling. Panthers win the puck. Backhand shot, pad save to deny big Bruce Gray. 2 goals against 5-7-1 last weekend. Panthers won. 2 goals against Coventry. 8-0 Panthers won in Coventry. Panthers throwing the hit. Sheffield, when they tried to throw the hit so far, have hit the glass. Panthers onside, flicked forward. Graham gets a piece of it, keeps it going. Farter goes to the corner. Penalty coming up. Slashing's the call. I think it's against the Sheffield Steelers. I think it's their captain, John Phillips, going for a sit on the naughty step. Panthers pressure tells, and Phillips sits for 2. The penalty coming at 2:23. AJKM. Injection moulding, sponsor the away team bench, and it's in use now, occupied by the Sheffield captain, John Phillips. Sheffield do win the draw, though. They have a chance to clear through Stevenson, but it's fluffed, and it's only got as far as Fox. Fox gets it into the hash marks and gets it back. Fox engineers a shot, back door. Oh, Matt Francis just had to whack it home, and he swept it hard on target. And De Caro just got a piece of it, and the puck's come out of the zone now, and Fox has to circle with the puck. He jinks along. Panthers are caught offside. I think it's Pat Gallivan didn't quite get his skates over the line, and Panthers put out a new power play unit with 96 seconds of power play to come. Special teams could have a big bearing in tonight's action. No Simon Ferguson for the Sheffield Steelers, no Stevie Lee for the GMB Panthers. Stevie's on the road to recovery, skated this morning. Panthers middle channel. Whistle goes late. I think it was David Ling out on the left wing that just sneaked across. Ring-a-ding-a-ling-ling. Just got in too quick. What a setup he made in Coventry. Watching the tape over and over again. You could watch it all of Christmas and just get goosebumps. Faked the big shot, pulled it back through his own legs and the D-man's legs. Kelsey Wilson slammed it home. Beautiful, beautiful play. Sheffield get it down the ice. Panthers still with 80-odd seconds of power play. 3 minutes gone. Sponsored by Remit, Automotive Training. A couple of players skip over it. Clark gets it to the corner. Panthers bounce it out to the front and Sheffield whack it out. Danny Myers. Straight back down the ice, but Panthers way offside. David Clark on the far side, clever play. Panthers keep the play onside. Saric comes in with a big slash, but gets one back from Werner. It's broken Werner's stick though. I don't know if it was the slash from Saric that broke the stick, or the slash back on Saric which broke his stick. Panthers trying to feed it to David Clark. Technically because one of the goals against Fife went off Kelsey Wilson's shoulder. Clark, he didn't get a goal last weekend. He's got one now! Panthers open the scoring! David Clark opens the scoring against Sheffield Steelers on the power play. 3:52 and David Clark pops home the power play opening goal for the GMB, top of the table, Nottingham Panthers! Getting on for 7,000 people in the building to watch this one. Sold out 3 weeks ago in the bowl. Frank throws the big hit on Levers. Levers gets a hit of his own back on Esders. The Derby lad goes searching for it on Frank. Frank gets rid. Panthers throw it on net and it tips off Stevenson's stick high over the bar, but in the channel between the posts. Panthers trying to keep it in the zone. Sheffield just chip it out anyway and go for a change on the fly. Panthers get fresh legs out as well. Gallivan looking for the early pass. Didn't get it as quick as he wanted. Sends it in low though. Francis goes after it. Gallivan goes to try and win it back. They've given it to Werner. Werner gets it across. Lakovic throws one. De Caro doesn't know where it is. Hits Saric. And now help from Limpright. Wins it for Sheffield and they're getting it forward, but the pass is astray. Guy Lepin in a foot race. Kowalski gets there ahead of both Gertsen and Lepin. Lepin has it now, backhands it across. Clever play. Well taken by Werner. Drops his shoulder. Comes right instead of left. Gallivan goes rink side. Lakovic shoots and it skims off the side of the goal and goes upstairs. Panthers piling on the pressure as we pass the 5-minute mark of the first period on Boxing Day.
Come on, Nottingham, time to see those hands in the air!
We're not quite rammed to the gills tonight. The hospitality people at the arena in charge of the seats in the boxes, they've gone for a real luxury experience, which brings a price with it, but a lot of seats have been sold up in the boxes. Every box has got somebody in it, bar 2, I think. Wilson gets it over the blue line. Matthew Myers throws the hits. Clarkey throws a hit. Panthers trying to win the puck. They've got it. Beckett doesn't get all of it. Panthers still fighting for it. They've got it right in front. Tripp coming in. Stick between the legs. It's an old cliche. It's an old trait. Phillips is going for interference on Clark. GB buddies, they own a flat together in Cyprus. I don't think they go on holiday together. I think they just bought it between them. Sit down in the AJKM penalty box. The Panthers back to the power play. They lead by a power play goal to 0. And I know it can't technically come off, but if we scored another power play goal, it could be happy Christmas time for all these fans. Vast majority, of course, from Nottingham. Sheffield filling blocks 1, 2 and 3. Oh, Brandon Benedict just didn't quite get it where he wanted it, and De Caro's big left mattress got there, and the rebound fell to safety from the Steelers' perspective, whose fans are holding their breath and sitting on the edge of their seats. Jordan Fox's ambitious backhand pass could have unlocked the Sheffield penalty kill defence. Not quite. Panthers have to build from the back on the clearance. 88 seconds to go on the power play. Gallivan, right wing, carries it in. Well, the whistle goes for offside.
Panthers work with the Nottinghamshire Healthcare Trust. Check out the Check It Out campaign.
I think our linesmen tonight are Dalton and Staniforth. The referee is Andy Carson from Sheffield, having a long talk with Finnerty and Sims outside their locker room door. At least 40 minutes worth of chat. Myers versus Hewitt on the next draw. 82 seconds of power play. David Ling goes far left. That leads to Matthew being thrown out of the face-off dot because Ling wasn't steady. He was trying to sneak away and make some room to drive the net. Wins the draw though. Clarkey has to bring it back, give it back to John Weaver. Forward Ling takes it in. Oh, he didn't get hold of that. Saric gets hold of it, sends it all the way down. Great pass from Kowalski. Panthers offside. David Clark, loitering with intent, was being held up by Sheffield Steeler and couldn't get out of the zone as quick as he wanted to. Panthers caught offside. Still over a minute of power play for the GMB Nottingham Panthers in a crucial, but they're always going to be crucial now the Panthers are top of the table, Rapid Solicitors Elite League game. Sheffield win the draw and clear it. Kowalski settles it down. A little bit of hacking and whacking going on, centre ice behind the play. Panthers got it into the attack zone. David Clark rips one, blocker save, goes upstairs. Must have clipped the netting.
Start your new year off with a night with the Stars. The lovely Stars here on Saturday. Tickets on sale.
45 seconds of power play to go, and Panthers send out the Gallivan unit with Francis and Bruce Graham. With Fox and Benedict at the back. Francis uses his body, tries to win the puck, can't quite get to it. Graham gets a piece of it, it's right in front, it's loose, and De Caro finally covers up. Someone's playing tough with Matt Francis. I love the way guys play tough with the little guys. Steve Wilkinson just grinning from behind the camera lens. Play tough when Guy Lepin gets near the blue paint, then we know you're a tough guy. It's ricocheted around, it's high in the air but not high enough to get over Bruce Graham. Gets it back on the ricochet off Myers' skates. Fox tipped upstairs, it's bouncing around, it's not going to reach the netting. Panthers keep possession in the corner. Francis keeps sending it across, Graham reacts quickest, slams the brakes on, comes back. I was going to say with control, De Caro covers up and says we'll have a face-off. 11 seconds of power play to go. Panthers will just put the next line out. So the Sheffield Steelers look like they're going to kill the second penalty kill of the game. The only problem is, knowing how Andy Carson works, he'll balance the books. How many times have we said he works in a bank? He's a banker. Likes to balance the books. Didn't when we played in Coventry a while ago, though. Just gave us every penalty going. Panthers win the draw. Beckett, shimmy shovels it to the corner. And getting the man out of the box, but Panthers have the puck with Guy Lepin. Nice pass to Beckett. Beckett fakes one pass and Ling has to take it out of the skates. Feeds it into Clark's skates. He's controlled it. Penalty. Great work by David Clark. Great move. Drew the penalty. The Sheffield fans can call that a dive as much as they want. There's no argument from any player on the ice from either side. He pulled a move and had Stevenson's jockstrap on backwards and inside out. Panthers go straight back to the power play. The penalty for tripping comes at 8:03. Panthers 1 for 2 on the power play so far tonight.
Penalty to Steelers number 48, Matt Stevenson, and 2 minutes for slashing.
Ling, nice little feather backhand, but wasn't good enough for Werner to get immediate control. The bouncing bomb of a puck stuck behind the net, and Ling cleverly turns it across. Knows Werner will get to it first, gets the puck back from Werner. Eric Werner looking for a route to goal. Oh, and David Ling tried to thread the eye of the camel. And Steelers just pick it off, just get it down the ice and get fresh legs onto the penalty kill unit. Francis has a look, buys some time, backhands it forward, it ricochets around. Francis again. Ling out front, it's on the backhand. Bruce Graham can't pull the trigger. Fox gets it in. Ling. It's behind you. Now it's in front. Francis shoots. Man in the crease. Bruce Graham. On that last play, it was just under his feet. And that's the only area where when you're 6'6" tall, call that 6'9" with the skates on. Possibly 6'9.5" with the helmet, 6'10". Right under your feet, it is difficult for Bruce Graham to pull it out and make things work for him. 64 seconds of power play to go. Stevenson in the box for tripping. Saric gets it back and Myers gets it down the ice. Fox. Sent in low, off the glass by Bruce Graham. Francis gets to it in the corner, but it's skipped over his skate and his stick. He's got it back now. He sends it round the back. Gallivan gets a little burst of speed to try and beat Myers. He can't find it in his skates, and Panthers just jump all over the Sheffield Steelers, and Panthers try to keep it coming round. Now Estes has a chance to clear and does. So looks like it could be another kill for the Sheffield Steelers. Fox tries to pull a move, can't get it. Graham protects it with his very long, thin body. Fox shoots, pad save, it bounces around, Panthers get to it first. Last few seconds of the power play, Panthers, Fox. De Caro slides across, anticipating the shot from Beckett, uses his weight, keeps possession, Panthers right in front. Oh, I think Kelsey Wilson made the wrong choice there. He could have come out the short side. They've got their man back, we're skating even. Weaver with the shot, no tip from Panthers. Levers keeps it in, Matthew Myers has it behind their net. Out front to Wilson on the hash marks. Fires it right across, Weaver, shot, tip, save, rebound, on target from Myers and a double save by De Caro. Panthers are flying at the moment, but they lead just by the 1 goal. Well, the Steelers fans woke up with that double save from De Caro, but it's just prompted the big Christmas crowd from Nottingham to raise the roof for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. Just out of reach for Brandon Benedict. 11 minutes gone exactly, sponsored by Remit Automotive Training. Sheffield with Gortson, bring it to the corner. Michel backhands it through his own legs, only as far as Beckett. Graham stretches out the stick one-handed and can't reach it, so you know it was quite a long way away from him. Lakovitz goes round trying to force them into action. It's carried forward. Great play by Gielepin. Wins the puck. Francis gets it further forward. Gallivan gets the legs going. Cuts inside, shoots just off target. Panthers, can they keep it in the zone? Lakovitz backhands it to the corner. Bounces over a Sheffield stick. Gallivan gets it to Francis. Francis tries to repay the compliment. Gallivan can't get to it. Saric turns it inside. Sheffield give it away. Werner gets it forward to Francis. Francis over halfway, backhands it in, going for a change. The slow lob, Thomas whacks it round the boards to Saric. Saric backhands it behind a teammate. And Le Gui can't get it at the second attempt. Tussle of strength. A stick tug of war won by Jason Beckett. Matthew Myers sends it in. Sheffield tried to send it out. Beckett just couldn't get to it before it got outside the blue line. We'll have a face-off just outside the Sheffield zone. 12:33 gone. Panthers lead by a goal to nil. David Clark on the power play.
Nottingham Panthers!
Panthers now have Graham at centre with Benedict left wing and Ling on the right wing on this line. Phillips for Sheffield off a skate, bounces kindly for the Steelers. They backhandle it, shuffle it in through Hewitt. Esders goes after it. Good hit from Fox. And he's freed up the puck for Nottingham. He gets help from Beckett and Beckett gives it to Benedict. Benedict's got Graham ahead of him. Graham fires it round the glass. It is just picked off by De Caro. He backhands it round the boards to Esders. Ling comes in, tries to free the puck up for Nottingham. Esders turns away from him. Then he has to turn away from Benedict. Now Sheffield have a little bit more time. They can try and work one of their breakout drills. Over halfway, diagonal dump. Frank robbed almost by Werner, but he's got it back now with help from Esders. Hewitt doesn't know where it is. Big trip, got to come. Panthers 3-on-1. It's just ricocheted around. Poor play by Hewitt. Showed his skill level there. There's a film we made earlier of Steve Wilkinson. .6:35 to go, first period, sponsored by Remit. Panthers have the puck. Panthers back on the power play. They've got a chance to clear now, limp right.
2 minutes for interference. Penalty time at 13 minutes, 25 seconds. 1-3-2-5.
So this is what, the fourth penalty of the game? Lacko knocks it out in mid-air. It was the only way to get it into deep territory. Sheffield get a stick into it and it's battered forward. Hand pass beyond the blue line. You can hand pass in your own zone. I'm going to be honest, I thought you could hand pass in your own end.
50-50 with tackle printing, that's up to £855 and tickets will be on sale in the next interval for that game against the Stars.
89 seconds of PP to go. Power play. Panthers 5 skaters, Sheffield 4. Panthers have the puck. David Ling. Panthers Paul Daniels. Again, it's whacked out of mid-air. Jason Weaver has to show some Mackem soccer skills. Panthers keep it in. Ling. Werner. Myers. Feigns as though he's going to send it in. Not a great pass by Myers. Matthew would want to have that one again, but Panthers got lots of time on the power play. They've got one power play goal, but the kill unit has been successful for Sheffield as well. Ling overskates it and then wins it back for Nottingham. Clarkey doesn't know it's behind him. And Sheffield do get it down the ice to Werner. Dishes it to Weaver and gets it back. 30 seconds of power play. Panthers have regrouped, they're onside. Ling. Foxy has to drag it back through his own legs and he's under the attentions of Stevenson, but Panthers have got it to Ling. Back to Fox. Yeah! Jason Beckett dipsy doodles in on the mystery pass, and it's Mystery Alaska, and DeCaro sits on his backside just in front of the blue paint. And how did Jason Beckett get in? It wasn't the greatest stick handling you'll ever see, but it ended up where we wanted it, in the back of the net at 15-16. GMB Panthers, with 2 power play goals out of 4 attempts, lead the Sheffield Steelers. I heard the line from a Sheffield player as I walked past their locker room earlier. We've come to spoil their Christmas. Long way to go, yeah. Oh, great work by Panthers. They've won it and they just can't quite get it onto the tape for Matt Francis, but he uses the glass, gets it round the back. Farter has it. And Sheffield give it away. Werner off the boards. Oh, it's stolen. Tate had save. Panthers try to mop up the crumbs and get it to the corner. Who gets there first? Lakovitz. Penalty coming up against Nottingham. Here comes some book balancing. Holding. It's the goal scorer, Jason Beckett, going to sit for 2 for holding. Penalty coming at 15:57. Now it's the Panthers penalty kill unit to try and shine. He sits down in the box, sponsored by Solutions for Accounting. And it's Panthers' first penalty kill of the game. Graham wins the draw and Guy Lepin gets it. And it's such a hard clearance, although it was straight to Saric, he couldn't control it. Legui. Dumped in by Sheffield. Limprite gets it to the corner. It bad ricochet. Gertson picks it up. Limprite lets it run through. Stevenson got a huge shot on him. Corey Nielsen was warning the boys about the shot from this guy, Stevenson. Bruce Graham looking to block his route to goal. Limprite, and the big stretch from Bruce Graham. How much is that worth when you're killing a penalty, when a guy can stretch, what, probably 15 feet with a stick in his arm? Fans trying to be the extra man. Panthers down to 4 skaters, Sheffield with 5. Tate turns it inside, they've got a man at the back door, and the sprawling, diving John Weaver earns his wages in one play. Jordan Fox, dipsy doodles, takes it in, he wants it back, and he gets it back, John Weaver. Great work by Jordan Fox, the captain, and Weaver throws the pizza right into the far corner. Sheffield trying to get it out of their own zone, and they can't, and Panthers are still hustling and bustling, and it's Matthew Myers trying to win the puck for Nottingham and spoil the Sheffield breakout. They've got it down the left wing now. It's dumped in by Phillips. Kowalski has it, uses the glass and sends it all the way around. It goes into the crowd. Please keep your eye on the puck at all times. It's hit a guy in the mouth. He's a Panthers fan. Andy Dale, the dentist, is having a look. Oh, it's right on the nose. I hope he's okay. They're throwing a towel over already from the bench. Guy's taking one right on the conch. Panthers have got 31 seconds of kill to go. Well, he's walking wounded. We wish him a speedy recovery. Francis, big draw for Nottingham against Legui. Legui half wins it. Stevenson with a shot, stick in. Lakovitz spoiled the shot from Stevenson. Sheffield have the puck, but Panthers have a chance to clear it. Ricochets around, it's on the boards. Lakovitz and Limprite. Limprite has it, gets it back, but it's on the backhand of Stevenson. He swings it right across. Gets it back, looking for a one-timer. Can't do it off that pass. Shot off target from Sheffield. It's come all the way around. Lakovitz can't get to it one-handed. Panthers sweeping at it with Guy Lepin. They've got their man back. Gerson gets it across, and it's tipped by Matt Francis twice on this penalty kill. Panthers have cut off the pass route and sent it down the ice. Panthers kill unit does its job. It's 2-0, and we're in the last 2 minutes of the first period. Well, they say it's the worst score in hockey, but I'd take 2-0 at the end of this period. Sheffield hustling and hassling now, but Panthers still keeping control of the puck. Fox gets it forward. Kelsey Wilson did well in his scrap in Coventry. Did very well, actually. Gallivan gets it back. Weaver, snapshot, just hits an advancing leg. And now it's a chance, but Panthers getting across and poke check by Gallivan. And then Fox finishes his hit on Michel. The rat got trapped. You like that one, Steve? The rat got trapped. Nailed. Stunk. The spring fired. He didn't even get to sniff the cheese. 63 seconds to go in the first period. Panthers lead by 2-0. Both of them power play. David Clark with a ripper and Jason Beckett with a trick stick handling move. There's no such thing as a garbage goal, said Rocky Saginaw all those years ago. They're all goals. Kowalski just got a touch on that to send it to the far corner. Panthers trying to force it out, they can't. Sheffield keep it in and Kowalski takes the whistle. Tate turned his back on that hit. The Sheffield fans were screaming for something there, but if a player spins when he sees a hit coming in, it cannot be a hit from behind. Panthers have picked up first period against Sheffield where they left off on the road in Coventry. It's off Graham's skate and bounces up over the glass. We've got 44 seconds to go in the first period. Dreaded the answer. Do you like the green shirt, Steve? He does, actually. Good, good, I'm glad. They seemed like a good idea in the summer. Still black and gold, though, that was the point. They didn't seem like such a good idea all day today, because no one has seen them. They've been only the manufacturers and me. And I was so nervous about it today. Sheffield trying to get something at the death of the first period. David Ling trying to make a nuisance of himself with Farter. 30 seconds to go. Sheffield hits a skate, lands kindly for Tate. Tate throws it. Gielepin half caught it, juggled it, put it down his body and then got help. Benedict. Oh, clever work by Benedict. Gets past the attentions of one Steeler, then can't get past the referee. But it's seen us through to the hooter at the end of a terrific first period on Boxing Day. Ling protects the puck and Panthers go into the roars of the fans. The louder the roar, the bigger the score. And after 20 minutes of super Nottingham action, it's Finity with a job to do, along with assistant Neil Abel. Well, put that another way. It's Finity with a job to do in the locker room for the Sheffield Steelers. They trail to the GMB Panthers by 2-0 after 20 minutes of brilliant Rapid Solicitors Elite League action. Sponsored by Remit Automotive Training. So, second period's about to get underway.
Training for the automotive industry. Time to check out the noise levels in the Capital and Marina. Any noise for the Steelers?
And I make that 5 periods without a goal against the GMB Nottingham Panthers. 5 scored in the second period, their only goal of last weekend. And Panthers shut out 5 Flyers in the third period. They shut out Coventry periods 1, 2, 3. And now they've shut out Sheffield for a period here.
Come on, Panthers fans, put your hands together.
Panthers hustling and bustling on the boards. Sheffield dump it in. Kowalski tees it up, Panthers. It's tipped forward by Kelsey Wilson. Sheffield pick it up on the blue line. The problem when you have such a good first period, and Panthers is about to take a penalty. Just giving the penalty to Kelsey Wilson for interference, I think. That's coming at 21:40. Problem when you're 2-0 up and you play so well and you outshot the opposition 13-4 in the first period is that what can the coaches tell you other than keep going? When you're 2-0 down and being outplayed, you can change things, you can do other things. So you come out with a different game plan. So Panthers to the penalty kill with Kelsey Wilson off for 2 minutes. Panthers have a chance to clear sort of, but they didn't really have a clean sight of the puck. Now they do. It's 2-on-2 short-handed. Gallivan pulls a move and shoots, and it's just off target. Francis gets it in low. Saric comes in with a high elbow on a little guy. I say no more. 30 seconds of the kill's gone. Francis making a nuisance of himself. Limprite gets it right across to Stevenson. Stevenson shot off target. Blocked by Beckett. Route 1. Limprite sends it across to the left wing. Loses an edge afterwards. He's got it back. Fires it into a skate though. Throws it to the far side. Saric couldn't get a tip on it. Stevenson has it. Got all the big guns on this power play. All the big shots are in this unit. Limprite. Tight angle for his shot. Saric with the boomer. It's tipped off a skate, but it goes off target. Gertson making a nuisance of himself. Blocked by Beckett. Backdoor. Snapshot. Kowalski threw himself across. Put Legui off. Panthers have a chance to clear and do. Great defensive work by Beckett and Fox, and then mopped up and sent down the ice by Gallivan. 33 seconds of Sheffield power play to come. De Caro plays it. Sheffield have got fresh legs on. Panthers have got fresh legs on. Werner and Lepine at the back for Nottingham. Panthers win the puck and send it down. It's technically on target. 10 seconds of kill to go. 10 seconds till Kelsey Wilson gets out of jail. Tate dumps it in. Werner spins and turns, gets a piece of it off the boards. Panthers bring it forward. Benedict works hard and gets the puck into enemy territory. They give it away and Panthers have got their man back. Matthew Myers half won that one. Oh, and the tip from Lepine could have gone anywhere. Matthew Myers goes back, gets it, mops it up, gives it to Werner. Comes one side of Hewitt and gives the puck to Clark. I thought we might have seen a whistle there, but Clark gets it forward, right to the front. Clarkey with the backhand, it's loose in front of De Caro. And Wilson stands there, holds his ground. And remember what I said about the big guy, Steve, earlier? When it's Matt Francis, oh, they want to have a go. When it's Kelsey Wilson, it's arm's length, little nudges and touches. 23-16 gone. Top of the table, GMB Panthers 2, Sheffield Steelers 0. Fox with a shot. Big rebound off to Caro. We've not talked about his rebounds yet this match. Panthers have been going with the first shot into the back of the net for the 2 goals. It's tipped by Nottingham and they get a chance to clear it. Oh, it just was holding itself up on its edge and wouldn't run true to Francis. Gallivan puts it one side of Frank and tries to get it back, and it's off the bar. I think the whistle's gone because Limprite was possibly hurt. Panthers had possession. I think it hit the underside of the bar and came down. Steve Wilkinson, our #1 cameraman, agrees. And if he says it, it must be the case. .16:06 to go, second period. Panthers still leading by that 2-goal advantage from power play goals first period. David Clark and Jason Beckett. And Limbright thinks he can stay on and take a face-off after the whistle went when Panthers were in possession because he was injured. Confusion on the bench, no one knows who's come out or should come out. Hewitt's actually taken his place. Hewitt has to put the stick down first, square the legs off first. Hewitt wins the draw in the end anyway. Shouldn't have been there. But having thrown Limbright out, technically under the rule book, it would have been a delay of game penalty. Graham looked one way, sent it the other. Sheffield got to it. Now Panthers have a chance to clear. David Ling saw the advancing Graham, threw it into his path, but Graham had kind of slowed down and Sheffield have it now. Michelle in the corner, gives it to Stevenson. Saric fumbles it. David Ling makes a nuisance of himself. Saric tries to send it across to Phillips, but it hits Graham's skate and goes deep into the Sheffield defensive zone. Panthers get a whole new line out. Jordan Fox, a revelation on defence, revelation as a captain as well. Oh, Clarkey gets just the merest of touches, shoots in and out of the glove, no one knows where it is, it's bouncing around and it hits the skate of Matthew Myers. That's why they play rugby in Wales. Phillips, another Welshman, shoots and Kowalski protects himself and Werner pushes Phillips out of the way and Tate's there, so you know where that's going to go. Nowhere. Oh, Panthers don't get it out. Danny Myers to the back door, no one there. Legui had gone past the back door. Panthers with spare bodies. Fox backhands it forward. Not controlled by Myers, but he got a piece of it, so there was no icing before De Caro touched it, and Myers poke checks it back. Fox, oh, he tried the snap pass to the front to the danger area. Good play, right thing to do. Panthers just seem to have extra time, extra bodies. The Steelers are trying to get it in low, but comes off Fox's skate. And even when Panthers lose control there, they have another body to go and get the puck. Oh, Lakovic pulls the big move, but only as far as Ez does. Soft one. Hits Werner's leg pad. Werner uses the glass. Bad ricochet off the boards, and Panthers just chip it down the wall and through neutral zone and get fresh legs on. Blistering start. Remember, it's 6 periods in a row. Good steal by Gallivan. Gallivan tries to nudge it forward for Francis. The telepathy not quite on the same wavelength at the moment. Kowalski backhands it to Gallivan. Lobs it forward. High, bounces off an awkward edge. Stevenson sends it down the right wing, but only as far as John Weaver. Partners Beckett. Beckett comes rink wide to Lakovic. Lakovic gets Panthers in. I was going to say onside, but the linesman Dalton says Francis's legs were in the air, and therefore he was technically offside. 26:37 gone.
Nottingham Panthers.
It's got a Christmas party feel to it, the NIC today. And it'll continue as long as the scoreboard stays like this. Benedict gets it across. Snapshot, pad save De Caro. Panthers get to the loose puck. Big hit on Graham. Panthers bring it out front. Oh, the shot from Ling's just off target. Whistle has to go because Graham's down. Graham has to go to the bench. Sheffield fans who were quite happy for a whistle when Limbright was down behind the Panthers goal think that's an appalling decision. Fingers crossed it's one of those situations where it's just that bit of shock at the moment of impact that makes you think, hey up, get your breath back.
And the short sponsors are Midland Filtration and McDonald's.
Changes in personnel on the ice for both sides. The official attendance for today's game, 6,999. I know some people should count for 2. Blocker save on Le Guy. Ling and Beckett get the puck to Weaver. He helps it round the boards, and Benedict spins around and turns and sends it further up the right wing. Levers can't quite reach it. He's joined the action because of the injury to Bruce Graham. Phillips gets it in. Kowalski reacts first, goes back for it. Plays it off the boards. Benedict just lifts us. Oh, he was so unlucky there. He lifted Phillips' stick to get control. Saric throws it to the back door. It's a clever play, but you have to have someone there putting the stick down, trying to get that backdoor tip. A little bit of Sheffield pressure, but they were changing on the fly. Panthers wing one down, centre ice. Saric, backhand dump. Kowalski flaps at it. Beckett does enough, and Weaver uses the boards, but it's only got as far as Thomas. Beckett deals with his man. Kowalski gets a piece of it. Referee loses sight of it. Here comes Steve's favourite song in the background. Spent all Christmas Day at home with Jackie doing Gangnam Style. Do you want turkey? You had to have a chorus of Gangnam Style. Do you want cranberry sauce with it? Gangnam Style. Do you want Brussels sprouts? Sat down. Do you want chestnuts and Brussels sprouts? Stood up and did Gangnam Style. That's how he communicated on Christmas Day, Steve Wilkinson. Ask him next time you see him. Stuck in feet, and Sheffield and Nottingham battle for it in the corner. Sheffield at the moment have come out on top with it. Matthew Myers tries to steal it back. Eric Werner goes in to help. He goes down. Sheffield get it across the back of the net. Panthers throw a couple of hits. Hassel and Bassel. And now it's piling in the corner. Wilson's grabbed hold of one. Not sure who it was who grabbed Matthew Myers from behind. Wilson's thrown a couple of punches. Limprite. And Gielepin's got hold of Gertson. Oh, and he's given him a good spank. He's lost his footing. Gielepin ends up on top. We've got a linesman down here who's just escorted Wilson all the way to the box.
Time to make some noise if you're here with Kelsey Wilson, Gielepin, and the GMB Nottingham Panthers!
It was Limbright who grabbed Matthew Myers, I think, from behind, which was what Wilson took exception to. It's a high-octane game, and fingers crossed that our referee and linesman call it accordingly. I'm not a referee, but I'd call that 2 plus 2s, 2 plus 2s. Andy Carson calling it through to Steph Litchfield. Thomas has brought instructions from Finity to Phillips. Tell him this, tell him this.
Now with the Stars, Dundee Stars are here on Saturday. Tickets on sale.
So we await the calls from the referee. Those penalties will come at 28:40. In Nottingham Sheffield terms, that was 2 + 2s for roughing.
Come on, Nottingham, put your hands together.
Old school, that is. But it seems a little bit more complicated than that, doesn't it? Well, we're just waiting for the announcements. Two captains being informed by the referee what he's called. The linesmen standing guard like centurions. Dalton and Staniforth.
11 minutes 20 seconds remaining in the second period with remit. Training for the automotive industry. Time to check out the noise levels.
There's nothing up on the board yet.
For the fans and the Steelers. Let's have a roar if you're here with the GMB Nottingham Panthers.
Andy Carson saying an extra 2 minutes for something. Jordan Fox was pointing something out on the play, I think in the far corner before it happened. The little set to. Kelsey Wilson was standing up for his teammate Matthew Myers, who was grabbed from behind.
Tonight's 50-50 draw with Temple Printing, £1,250 so far.
And Gila Pin's on 4 minutes on the board. And there's no other penalties on the board, nothing for Sheffield. So I think Guy has put the penalty against Guy has put Panthers on 4 minutes of penalty kill. Matthew Mize has gone up for 2 minutes. So that's 5-on-3 power play to Sheffield. So Sheffield grab a guy who's on a 2 minute penalty from behind and choke him. Limpright gets 2 for roughing. Gertson gets 5 for fighting. Matthew gets 2 for roughing. So Kelsey Wilson gets 2 for roughing. So Gilipin got. So it's all power play to the Sheffield Steelers. All of it 5-on-3. Sticking up for teammates. Couldn't have worked out better for Finity. That long chat with the referee before the game has paid dividends. Dare I say it? Yeah, you bet you. Goal given. So there's a power play goal for the Steelers. We've got a 2-1 game. Legui's shot hit the pipework and Kowalski tried to grab the falling acorn, but it bounced over the line, and Steelers have broken the shutout, and that one comes at 28:56. So, nearly 4 minutes of 5-on-4 kill for the Panthers, but I'm not sure where the additions will come in after this 3:45 kill by the Panthers, if they get to it. Brandon Benedict backhands it towards the target, paddled away by De Caro. Bounces over a stick. Sheffield have to regroup. Got a long power play to get right back into this game. We knew it wasn't over at 2-0. Straight giveaway by the Steelers, picked off by Eric Werner and sent down the ice, and Panthers change. 3 guys change. David Clark gets a piece of it as Hewitt tries to get it out of the zone, and they're sent back behind their net. Phillips, right wing for Sheffield. Again, touched by Panthers stick. Weaver, oh, that's not forceful enough, but there's no one on the right wing for Sheffield. Phillips making a nuisance of himself. Beckett steals the puck. Sends it all the way down. De Caro has to play it. Lakovitz making a nuisance of himself. It's played back. De Caro plays it again. Panthers still trying to poke check it. Limpright's got it to Tate. Sorry, Farter's got it to Tate. Le Gui, half blocked. Farter. Passes it between 2 Steelers. Le Gui has to use the boards and get it round the back to Tate. He can't get it past Beckett. Bounces up. Tate has another go at it. Backhand, out to Farter. Farter has to turn. Buttonhook gets it back to Tate. Panthers in the 2-minute part of the penalty kill. They've killed 1:45 of 5 on 4. Kowalski planted right in the middle. Tyler Michel pushing and shoving with Beckett, and he puts them both in the box. Andy Carson's calling this like a referee, frightened he's going to lose control.
And the away goal to box is sponsored by EIHL, manufacturers of bookmarks and other injection moldings.
They'll be coincidentals, and nothing else has gone up. So the 5 against Guy must have balanced with the extra penalty on the Sheffield side. So Panthers have 1:53 of kill to go, and it's 5 skaters for Sheffield against 4 for Nottingham. Neither side wins the draw cleanly, but Sheffield battle and send it to the far corner, but Lakovitz will get to it first. He's got a chance to clear it. Sends it down the ice. Matt Francis in a foot race. De Caro has to play it. Saric is bumped by Lakovitz. Help immediately comes in. Oh, and Matt Francis diving, just couldn't quite poke it across the advancing Jordan Fox. Craig Kowalski had all his angles right. The shot was way off target. And again, Francis getting help, and Panthers forecheckers making a nuisance of themselves. Francis has lost a glove. Jordan Fox comes in. Panthers ricochet around it, pinballs around, and Limpright goes back and plays strong and wins it for Sheffield, and then they skate in lazy Sunday afternoon and catch themselves offside. 65 seconds of kill to go on the penalty to Guy Lepin. He won't come out of the box though, he's got the 10 to start after that. We've had 3 goals in the game, all of them on the power play. The match is sponsored by Remit Automotive Training. They sponsor our Boxing Day Christmas fixture if it falls on Boxing Day. Actually next year, 2014, it'll be the Saturday, because Boxing Day is a Thursday. There's no point in us playing on the Friday. It's not a bank holiday, and if we did, we wouldn't play on the Saturday anyway, because that would be 3 in 3. So I've already booked the Saturday after Christmas 2014. It's our turn to go to Sheffield on Boxing Day, and there was one of those rare things. Panthers will and Steelers get a day off between the big Boxing Day fixtures. No rest tonight. This year, I mean. Intercepted by Nottingham. Bring it forward. Bruce Graham stick handles his way around. Has a look. Throws it on target. De Caro, big rebound on a soft shot. 30 seconds of kill to go for Nottingham. Sheffield bring it forward. 3 on 3. Tate. Again, they go in lazy river style and get caught out. 24 seconds of kill to go.
the second interval, the water issued by the bigger the prize.
Did somebody mention that this referee would balance the books on those penalties first period? I bet you someone from Sheffield went round and said they've had 4 power plays to our 1, ref. Eric Werner gets to it. Off the boards, it goes up. People aren't sure where it is. Thomas gets to it. Matthew Myers loses his footing. And Panthers jump into the play, and it's Jordan Fox who sends it behind the Steelers' net as Panthers are about to get David Ling, who was serving the 4 minutes for Guy Lepin, and Panthers are back. It's 2-1. Sheffield have cut the deficit with 1 power play goal, but it was a massive power play. Steelers fans screaming for too many men. Levers jumped on thinking Clark was coming to the box, but he never played the puck. You don't realise you have to play the puck if you're kind of cheating on it. Panthers tie a man up and get the puck, get it forward. Mark Lever stood on the puck there. Big hit on tape from Fox. Hewitt goes backhand block. Panthers about to go back to the penalty kill. Referee says we still haven't played it even though we got it out of the zone. So Sheffield skating 6 against 5. Give it away. Werner for hooking is the call. It's coming at 33-34. So Panthers go back to 4 men. I'm on a different microphone this week, and there are no electric shocks whatsoever coming my way. None, 0. You have to be a regular listener to work that one out. Pad save, and then the rebound swept away on a spin by Matt Francis. Points across, he sends Gallivan in for checking. Stevenson takes it behind his net. Gallivan hurries and hustles him. Stevenson comes inside, and then Le Guy gives it to Michel. Kowalski gets a piece of it. Beckett throws a hit on Le Guy. Stevenson can't keep it in. 6,000 Panthers fans pleased that that one bounced over. Sheffield throw it out to the right wing. Weaver gets a piece of it. Bruce Graham protects it at first and then loses possession. Panthers have a chance to clear now, and Matthew Myers throws it all the way down to De Caro. 66 seconds of kill to go. De Caro doesn't clear it very well. Matthew Myers takes the hit from Farter, frees the puck in the corner. Matthew Myers is tripped from behind. He's got sticks all over him, and the referee says that's okay. Sheffield dump it in. David Clark gets to it. I think David deliberately played that off the back of the goal. Couldn't get a clean clearance. 30 seconds of kill to go. David Clark throws a hit. Myers gets to the puck for Sheffield. Limprite brings it forward. It's into the feet. Panthers. Ricochets around in between feet. And Jordan Fox shows you how to play soccer. Reads the play as well. Tips it up off the boards. Him and the Sheffield Steeler go down. Panthers about to get their man back. We're in the last 5 seconds of the kill, but Sheffield have the puck on the attack.
And the Panthers are back to full strength.
So Panthers just need to get a whistle now and get new legs out there, but they bring it forward. Graham throws it across. Clark flicks it forward. Panthers change on the fly. Whole set of fresh legs come on for Nottingham. Sheffield give it away again. Panthers just putting the pressure on. Clever play by Levers off the boards, and Gallivan is taken out of it by Frank. Has to be interference. The referee has decided the green shirted Panthers are at fault every time. Frank left a leg out there. Lakovitz gave him a little slap to say, saw that. Lako's not going to drop the gloves with him though, is he? Sheffield with a bit of pressure. Hewitt Tries to force it into the danger area. No one knows where the puck is. Frank goes to get it. Hewitt goes down. Panthers kick it up the boards. Back to Hewitt. Still kicking it up the boards. Beckett. Panthers bring it forward. Gallivan gets past his man. He's then hooked and hauled. Referee still can't see anything wrong with the play. Francis goes, gets it off the board. Sheffield, it bounces over their stick. Lakovitz protects it, goes to get it back in this corner. Has his legs taken out from him by Farty. Sheffield give it away again. Panthers throw it across. Lakovitz can't get it with the glove. Panthers into the zone but without possession. 2:45 to go in the second period. That power play Legui goal has set it up. We're on a 1-goal spread. Wide of the target from the Sheffield Steelers, and then they give the puck back to the Panthers. Fox. No. High sticks against Bruce Graham. He's determined to give us a 2-goal game, 2-2 game, isn't he? Absolutely determined.
Solutions for accounting, providing excellence in Sage Business software. Time to make some noise if you're here with the Panthers!
Panthers on penalty kill again. Hopefully, we saw John Fox saying, "Come on, ref, give us a break." Matthew Myers on the draw with Legui. Legui gets it back. Panthers dive forward. And Panthers have got it again. 2-on-1. Short-handed. Fox with Clark at the back door. Fox takes the shot. DeCaro has to make the save. Foxy was rode in. Well, he was tied up, holding the stick. He's looking at the referee. He won't give anything, but he was just riding shotgun, providing a distraction there. Kelsey Wilson sends it in deep. Remember, Panthers short-staffed again. And Gielepin's missing on a personal. Eric Werner gets over to Limpright. Makes a nuisance of himself, frees the puck up, and Kelsey Wilson backhands it down the ice. 90 seconds of kill to go. Panthers get 4 fresh killers on the ice. Good forechecking by the Panthers. Letting the Steelers know they're there. Hewitt sends it right across. Tate. Weaver gets to it. Slaps at it, bounces around, bounces to the front. It's up in the air. Glove down by Weaver. The Panthers come away. Nice pass inside. Gallivan tries the shot. Levers was on the right wing. Sheffield come back the other way. 3-on-2. It's up in the air. It's off the top of the net. High sticks, the whistle. 78 seconds to go on the period. 43 seconds to go on the Bruce Graham high sticking call.
50-50 draw with Tampa Printing. Prize of £1,250. Tickets on sale until the end of the second interval. Also tickets on sale for that game against the Stars. Get your year off to a great start. Come and watch the Panthers take on the Stars on Saturday at 7 o'clock.
Panthers win the draw. And Fox, he's been everywhere tonight, hasn't he? Rips a long-range effort off target. DeCaro had to watch it all the way, though. Michel bumped by Lakovitz, and Lakovitz tries the one-handed sweep poke check on Limpright. Doesn't quite get to it. Sheffield bring it forward. Legui falls over. Kowalski uses the glass, wings it round. Michel at the hash marks, can't get to it, and Lakovitz gets it down the ice. 15 seconds to go on the kill. 50 seconds to go on the period. 10 seconds to go on the kill. Bruce Graham getting ready to get to his feet in the box below us. Panthers mile offside at the back door, Sheffield. Weaver blocks the attempted reaching pass for him. Sheffield with the puck deep in Panthers territory, right to the front. Poke check comes in. Beckett uses the boards, gets it around. Myers mishits the pass. That's a trip and interference, nothing given. Bruce Graham trying to make something happen out of nothing, turns it back to the danger area. We're in the last 10 seconds of the period. Panthers still lead by 2-1. Sheffield come through, shot, blocked by Beckett. He's having an outstanding game, blocks another. Centering pass, it's on the back of the net and the hooter goes. Panthers lose the period by 1-0, thanks to some dodgy calls from the referee, all biased in favour of the Sheffield Steelers, you have to say. But the first period did see Panthers get more power plays than the visiting Sheffield Steelers. 40 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go, Boxing Day. Sheffield Steelers leave the ice a little bit taller than they came back on, but the G&B Panthers still lead in a match in the Rapid Solicitors Elite League, sponsored by Remit Automotive Training, by 2-1. All 3 goals on the power play so far. 20 minutes to go, and Panthers still out shooting Sheffield. It's now 22-13 on the add-up. Panthers looking to get possession. Sheffield throw it all the way around. Jordan Fox makes sure he's got it. He's had to log so much time on defence, obviously, of late. And then even more tonight with Gillip in there and penalty kill units out there. About 500 tonight, which takes us to 6,000 in total, having set ourselves a 5,000 target. So David Ling brings it forward for the G&B Panthers, still leading by 2-1. Panthers edge it forward, and then back to Beckett. Tipped by Wilson and sent in. Panthers had, I thought, fair calls from the referee. And first period, but they got the power play. Second period definitely went the way of the Sheffield Steelers. I think he might put his whistle away third period. Kowalski helps it on its way. Clark tips it inside to Myers. Myers carries it in. He's got a stick all over him. The referee decides that's not a penalty. Has his hand pulled off the puck. Top hand. As blatant a hook as you'll ever see. No call. John Weaver was on his way to the bench. Kowalski finishes off the save after Weaver forced the player wide. Frank, Sheffield offside, have to regroup, give the puck up. Now Weaver gets to the change. And Werner gets the puck over to Francis. Francis backhands it in behind to Carroll. Ling bumps his man and gets the puck. Lakovic steps over it. Lets it go behind him to Francis on the return feed from Ling. Francis uses the boards and sends it all the way down. Fox again reads it, gets there first, lets it run out to Ling. Ling throws a bouncing bomb at the goal area. Francis knocked down. Lakovic picks up the loose puck. Back to Francis. Francis shoots. De Caro makes the save. 17:37 to go in the game. Panthers lead 2-1, sponsored by Remit.
And the Panthers organisation would like to say thank you. They collected tonight for the Nottinghamshire Breast Cancer Campaign, rounding off our fundraising efforts for the Vital Research Programme going on in Nottingham. They raised over £500 tonight, which takes the total raised to over £6,000, with a target of just 5,000. They've smashed that target, so thank you to everyone who has donated.
Say again, what are they doing? Say the message again. What do we want the ruling on? I can't get you. We've run out the 50-50 tickets and Sheffield fans are complaining. What do you want me to do? Fruit, so? Oh, they should have bought earlier. 2-1, Panthers lead. Apologies for the absence on the microphone. I'll tell you what it was. I was getting a message from downstairs. Sheffield fans are complaining because we've sold out the 50-50 tickets. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to get the John Bull print kit out. You can buy mine for £5 each. Do you want to buy mine for £5? Oh, Panthers at the back door! David Clark was tied up. Linger gets it to Weaver. Weaver tees it up, shot, sticked upstairs by De Caro. I'm pretty sure Audrey's got a pocket full, Steve. Do you want to buy them for a £5 each? No? personnel on the bench for Sheffield, which is the legal limit. Panthers trying to keep the puck in the zone. Linesman takes a tumble. Absolutely thrilled the Sheffield fans, that one. Hooray! The linesman's fallen over. Francis gets it forward, Lakovic slams the brakes on, gets the pass to Gallivan. Gallivan sends it on. Francis goes to get it in the corner. Stevenson all over him, but Francis still has the puck. Panthers try to force it to the front area. Sheffield try to clear it. Benedict is taken down. No call. Tip from Fox, wins the puck, it's right in front, and the slap comes in from Benedict. Beautiful interception, takes it off the Sheffield player's tape, and Fox regains his feet and gets it forward. Touch from Graham, couldn't quite control it. Goes the long way around Farta and tries to win the puck. He's getting help and he's come out of it with the puck. Having a look, protects it, goes for the backhand, off the shoulder, off the side netting. Graham across to Ling. Ling kicks it out, sends it to the front. Panthers trying to steal it back. Werner picks his spot. Pad save, bottom left-hand post as we look at it. Right-hand post. Ling being held by Frank for approximately 6 seconds. Sheffield caught offside. Hewitt. Not bright skating, was it? We've played 5 minutes and 5 seconds of the third and final period. Wicked bounce off the where the advertising hoardings come together. It's landed kindly for Frank. Weaver blocks the shot from Frank. Thomas keeps it in. Beckett's lost his stick. Nice little hand pass to set this play forward. Stick in from Esdes, spoils the shot from Myers, but Panthers keep it in the zone with Clark. Sheffield are finishing their hits, knowing they're only 1 goal behind. Beckett to Weaver. Weaver, shot, pad save. Now, oh, and Frank's just speared Matthew Myers. Surely one of the 3 officials saw that.
14 minutes, 13 seconds remaining.
What a cheap shot.
Tonight's Rapid Solicitors League game sponsored by Remit. Time to make some noise if you're here with the GMB Nottingham Panthers.
Gallivan tried to get past his man, caught him. Gallivan uses the boards. Werner into a shin pad. Tate blocks it, but Panthers get back to it. Fox takes it all the way back behind the net. Then backhands it across. Werner gets it forward. Lakovic can't get to it. Tate's poaching in front. Sheffield just don't get to it, and it's poked forward by Lakovic, and Francis takes over. Stick angles into the zone, shoots, it's high left and handsome and right in front. Gallivan just stretches and can't quite get enough on it. Francis twists and turns in the corner, keeping the pressure on. Gallivan lifts Legui's stick and takes it forward, then he backhands it. Legui just bangs it down the ice. Anywhere will do it, will be icing when Panthers touch it. And Sheffield try to change all their personnel and sneak fresh legs on.
Next game here at the Capital FM Arena, Saturday night against the Dundee Stars, 7 o'clock face-off. Tickets on sale.
13:20 to go. Panthers lead by 2-1. Sponsored by Remit Automotive Trading. This is Rapid Solicitors Elite League action of the finest order. Superb first period. Second period. The referee from Sheffield gave them a helping hand, I thought. Benedict, is there anything on for him? Gives it back to Graham. Graham uses the board, send it round the back. Ling picks off the attempted clearance right through the danger area from David Ling. We just couldn't get a stick on it. Benedict tries to go himself. It's just lobbed down the ice by Sheffield. Sheffield have to give it away. They had a guy a mile offside, and Beckett protects it one-handed, brings it forward. Takes it into the zone, shoots, glove save. Good play by Jason Beckett, and he's drawn the penalty as well. About time. And 6,000 plus fans agree with me. About time. So it's time to sit down in the AJKM sponsored away team penalty box for Gertsen. Gertsen. That was a hit built out of an advert for Curry Jail for Chaz and Dave Gertsen. Oh no, Gertshire. Matthew Myers. Can't win the draw this time. Thomas can't get it away. But now he gets it at the third attempt to limp right, and Sheffield bring it forward. It's tipped forward by Michel, and he goes for a change on the fly. Limbright goes for a change on the fly, and Panthers bring it forward with Werner. Myers drops it off for Ling, but he's overskated it, and it's backhanded down the ice, and now Sheffield with Le Gui get to it in the corner first. Werner gets back. Sheffield doing a bit of fancy Dan penalty killing. Myers forward to Phillips. Phillips cuts inside. Loses the puck, and Fox gives it to Gallivan. Gallivan on the backhand, bringing it out, pretends to turn, carries it forward himself, goes past two Steelers, still has it, he's in the corner. Stevenson trying to corral him, can't. Benedict gets it to Graham. Graham loses his footing, the referee's in the way, and Sheffield get a chance to clear. Half the power play's gone. Fox loses it. And it's going to be an icing call against the GMB Panthers. Gielepin's 10-minute penalty is over. He rejoins the team bench.
Please have your 50-50 tickets ready.
Sheffield win the draw. Farter sends it to the corner. Fox goes and gets it for Nottingham. 45 seconds of power play to come. Francis takes over, hits the blue line with speed, slams on the brakes though. Sends it right round the back. Le Gui in a foot race, and he gets to it first. Benedict has to go back against Tate. He's killing penalty. Time well for Sheffield. Panthers win the puck off him though, but they haven't got much time left on the power play. Less than 20 seconds. Francis sends it down the ice. There's no one there. It's going to be another good kill by the Sheffield Steelers. Fox robs them of the puck again. And again, he times it to perfection. Kelsey Wilson carries it forward for Nottingham, chips the wall, tries to go after it himself. He's hit it too far forward. Stevenson gets it forward. It ricochets around. Ling controls it. Just over 10 minutes to go. Brilliant first period from the Panthers. And the referee catches it again with his skates. Stops Gielepin getting it. Gielepin's got the puck forward now. This time it goes through the linesman's skates. He waves off icing. Getting to that dodgy period where, okay, we don't want to give up a goal because we're leading by 2-1. Sheffield just send it down the ice. Anywhere will do. Weaver in a foot race with Le Gui. Weaver gets to it first. Le Gui very friendly and helpfully picks him back up. Icing against Sheffield. 9:37 to go. Matthew Myers to take the draw. Clark and Levers switch wings. We're skating 5-on-5 with less than 10 minutes to go. Announcement's just gone up on the board for Scott Poundle. Baby Billy was born on Christmas Eve morning. Levers is at it now. Stick handling his way through and sends the puck beyond the goal line. Levers can't keep it for Nottingham. Tip from Nottingham sends the pass astray, but reinforcements arrive in the shape of Thomas. Thomas shoots off target. Goes round the boards. Clark reads it. Saric gets to it though and sends Sheffield in. Saved by Kowalski. Nine minutes to go. Panthers lead by 2-1. We've had 3 power play goals. Clark and Beckett for Nottingham in the first. Le Gui on a double power play in the second. It's on a knife edge. Gillepin gives it to Fox. Has Fox been on the team bench at all? Pin off the boards, it bounces around, it's up in the air. Benedict uses his body and his whistle down for a hand pass when it rolls off his legs, and he's got 2 hands on the stick. He's got 2 hands on the stick.
If you're here with the GMB Nottingham Panthers.
Panthers still nearly won possession, but it squirted through. Hit from Jordan Fox, wins the puck. Ling gives it across to Gillepin. Gillepin forward. Brandon Benedict spins on a sixpence, fires it in on the backhand. Ling goes to try and win it. He's in with Saric. Saric has won that little battle, but Graham gets it. Lakovitz across to Ling. Ling from the tightest of angles rips the shot. Lakovitz goes. Ling sends it to the front. Oh, I think Jordan Fox just put Francis off. He was just in his vision. Francis gets it back, and it's Ling with a smart backhand pass. It's right to the front. Pad save. It ricochets off Ling to Lepine and back to Ling. Ling winds up for the big shot. Can't get it away. Soft one. Ricochets around it. It's just out of reach for Francis. Oh, what price a goal now. Tyler Michel taking advantage of the fact that Lepine's had an instigator penalty. Linesman's telling Teacher now what he saw. 7:45 to go. Clarkey kicks it out, can't get the shot away, but gets to the puck and sends it to the corner. Matthew protects it. Matthew Myers, Le Gui behind him. Matthew, clever play, but no one at home for the pass. Beckett reads the play, and so does Weaver, and it's bounced around awkwardly for Weaver, and it's between his feet. Blatant dive by Tate. He's getting to his feet so slowly. I think it's more shame than anything. Shot, glove save. Kelsey Wilson's shot. 7:14 to go. Panthers lead by 1 against the arch enemy. Gertson forechecking, can't stop the combination. of Lepine and Werner getting it forward. Benedict can't win it back for Nottingham though. Sheffield bring it forward. Sheffield just throwing themselves to the ice whenever anyone comes anywhere near them. David Link making a nuisance of himself has helped Panthers get it forward. Kept it in though, Sheffield. Guy Lepine's lost his stick. And one of the Sheffield players is having a sit down on top of the Panthers net. It's Chris Frank. Gets back down. I was going to say, I hope Katie Chadburn is in overdrive with the shutter on her stills camera, but I don't think she was.
Come on, Panthers fans, put your hands together.
6:31 to go. Panthers lead by 2-1. Now, why are we having a face-off in our zone? Sheffield player knocked the goal off its moorings because he ended up sitting on top of the goal. Panthers win the draw. Fox, there was a bouncing puck. He couldn't get everything on it. Panthers try to fashion it out of the zone. This time the bounce goes Nottingham's way. Gallivan throws it into the corner. Lakovitz tries to decide which way around his man to go. Gallivan tries to get a piece of it but can't. Comes to Phillips. Phillips off the boards, gets it forward. They turn it inside. Esders squirts through. Kowalski uses the glass. It's out the zone. 6 minutes to go. Sheffield can't go in. Myers gives it away. Fox turns away from Phillips. Kelsey Wilson backhands it across. Matthew Myers gets to it. Stick handles past Stevenson, gets it back to Kelsey Wilson. He has a look, just feeds the front. David Clark couldn't get to it. Sheffield bring it forward. They've got a guy out wide on the right. They're offside. Tate has to go back. Clever play by Tate. Saric wheels in, turns it inside. Matthew Myers has lost his stick. Panthers in effect short-staffed. Matthew Myers is just a body, he hasn't got a stick. Sheffield shoot, Stevenson pad save. Matthew Myers needs to kick that out of the zone. He goes down. He plays goalie. He gets a piece of it. It's back in. Weaver gets the puck and Myers picks his stick up. Good determination by Panthers. Less than 5 minutes to go. Brandon Benedict protects the puck, turns and fires it in low. Farter gets it round. Michel lets it run for Limpright. Limpright off the boards. Lepine tracks his man. Limpright goes and gets it. Backhands it across. It ricochets around and it's whacked out of the way by Bruce Graham. All the way back, just in front of the blue paint, helping his D. It's back. Kowalski helps it round the boards. Lakovitz controls the puck and then off the backhand gives it to Graham. Graham gets it back to Lakovitz. Panthers get a little lucky, but they've got it forward 3-on-2. Fox turns it into the path of Lakovitz. Myers had his stick all tied up. It's back across. Jordan Fox, pick your spot. Panthers ricochet shot. Goes off the skate of Limpright. And De Caro doesn't have to make a save. Fox sends it in. Gallivan goes to collect for Nottingham. Backhands it. Ricochets around. De Caro goes down. He's covered up. The referee doesn't blow his whistle. Farter trying to pick a fight with Matt Francis.
3 minutes 46.
Jason Beckett from a long way out was just keeping an eye on it.
Are you here with the GMB?
3:46 to go.
Come on, Nottingham, put your hands together.
There's never going to be a lot between any team in the Elite League this year, and certainly not a lot between the top three. Right now there's a goal between number 1 Nottingham and number 3 Sheffield. Sheffield win the draw. Panthers win it back. Beckett through the middle. Francis kicks it out to Levers. Levers spotting on the odd shift just to give tired legs a bit of a rest. We've got another 3 periods. Stolen. Out to the blue line from Gallivan to Weaver. Weaver's shot, pad save. Francis keeps it in, sends it round the back. Sheffield react to it, but Le Gui fans on it. First attempt to clear it. Gallivan hustling and bustling for Nottingham. Sheffield bringing it forward at a walking pace, and Frankie's robbed. Myers takes it in, backhands it across. Wilson goes round a man, feeds the front, and it's sticked away by Frank, making amends. Limprite for Sheffield. 3 minutes to go. Limprite shot blocked by Werner. Clark rubs him out. Werner has it. Tate tries to win it off Werner. Werner uses the boards. Wilson has a luck. Is there attention coming? It is from Farter. Wilson has the puck. It ricochets off a skate, and David Clark gets it down to neutralise. Sheffield send it all the way in. They're offside. They have to regroup. Panthers have it. Use the boards. Kelsey Wilson sends it in. It's been a long shift for him. They go for a change. Gila pins on defence. Jordan Fox joins him. Brandon Benedict comes up front with David Ling and Bruce Graham. Sheffield bat it down the ice. Lepine gets to it first. Backhands it to Fox. Fox, no panic. Controls it. With help from Graham, they've got it to Benedict. Benedict takes it in deep. Tries to go past Farter. Benedict protects the puck in the corner. 2 minutes to go. The big announcement about to come from Steph Litchfield downstairs. There you go. To the front. Benedict cues up for the shot. Big save by De Caro. Made some big saves for Sheffield. Kept them in it at times. 1:54 to go. Corey Nielsen and Rick Strachan standing behind the bench. Finity standing on the bench. Who's going to blink first and call a timeout? Nottingham will just try and keep the momentum going. Finity will take a timeout at the next whistle. Panthers win the draw, but it's bouncing. Beckett keeps it in. Gallivan lets it run and then gets it himself. It's between feet. Gets help from Lakovic. They're rubbed out by Sheffield. Sheffield win the puck. They bring it forward. It's on target. I think that was Saric. He's lost his stick. Panthers stretch to it. Gallivan loses his stick, but he's got the puck forward to Lakovic. Francis is steaming in. Lakovic shoots. De Caro saves. Bodies go down. I didn't really see an awful lot. It was just honest forcefulness trying to get to it. Face-off has to be in the zone. De Caro made the save. 1:28 to go. Sponsored by Remit Automotive Training. Timeout taken by Sheffield. So, Finity's words of wisdom. Nielsen, keep it simple, boys. "88 seconds of action to come." It's been good action, it's been a good game, it's been a Boxing Day game. You knew it would be tight. Fans hoped for more when Nottingham went 2 goals up with Clark and Beckett on target power play goals. But Le Gui's double power play goal was always going to make it an intense affair. Matthew Myers sent on for the draw. David Clark looking for his second goal of the game. Wants a clean draw and a snapshot. Kelsey Wilson having a look to see if anyone wants to do anything rough late in the game. Matthew just bangs it forward. Farter gets it around. Sheffield struggling to get it out the zone. It's up in the air. It's bounced through and Werner gets it across. David Clark can't get to it. Sheffield send it in. Werner cuts it out and gets it to neutralise. 70 seconds to go. Werner has another go. They're bringing it forward. Stick hands it forward this time. No panic. Then just lobs it down the ice. Panthers with 1 minute to go, leading by 2-1. Sheffield have the puck. They backhand it across. They're coming down in numbers. They drop it off and they drop it straight to Panthers. De Caro's gone. It's David Clark with the empty net. He tries to make room for the shot. Can't get it into the empty net, but Panthers have the puck deep in the enemy territory. Panthers keeping it down there. 30 seconds to go. 6 skaters for Sheffield. No keeper, but Panthers have kept it down the ice. David Clark just tried to make absolutely certain for the Panthers fans. Sheffield played across. Now Panthers have another go. Graham off the boards. Sheffield send it in through Stevenson. Limbright has a look right to the front. It's in the back of the net with 17.4 seconds to go. Sheffield Steelers have tied it up at 2 apiece with 6 skaters on the ice. What an incredible finale. And now it's the 3 blocks of Sheffield fans that make all the noise. 59. 42. Just a tip right on the doorstep. Not a lot Kowalski could do about it. Panthers have come so close to an empty net goal. Oh, it was Danny Myers who got the last tip, jumping into the play. Well, we're going to go to 4-on-4. Sudden death unless Lacko can get something out of this. He shoots. De Caro makes a save and covers up. 5 seconds. Oh.
5 seconds remain in the third period with remit.
Frank and Lepine having a chat.
GMB Nottingham Panthers.
Frank had a big swing with a stick after the whistle. Sheffield trying to get their personnel in the right positions. Well, there's only one way this is going to end in regulation. That's if Matthew wins the draw and gets it back to David Clark. And it squirts too far off target for Clarkey to get the shot away. Here comes the Hooter. Panthers get a point. Sheffield get a point. Who will get the extra point? And after shutting out the opposition for 5 periods in a row, including 1 tonight, Panthers have been shut out themselves for 2 periods in a row. We're on 2-2 after 60 minutes of Boxing Day action.
Starting the new year off with a night with the Stars underneath Stars again on Saturday, 7 o'clock face off. Tickets. Big thank you again tonight.
Corey Nielsen, his body language, his sign language, can't hear his actual language, but his body language and his sign language is lift it, boys, lift it. Let's get back where we were. The best team has just drawn over 60 minutes.
Which takes the total rate to over £6,000 against the target of 5. So thank you to all who donated.
Sheffield fans making the racket now. Oh, David, wouldn't he like that play again at the end of the game where he could have just fired it on the empty net and he tried to make sure. Very fine margins. Could have been 3-1. It's gone 2-2. But if Panthers can sneak the extra point, it's not a disaster. Well, the teams are ready to go. The referees are just standing having a chat in the referee's office. It's 4-on-4 then. Sudden death. Next goal the winner. Nothing in 5 minutes of 4-on-4. We'll have a penalty shootout. Werner and Lepine on defence. Graham and Ling up front for the GMB Panthers. And of course Kowalski in goal.
If you're here with the GMB Nottingham Panthers.
All the tension. Sheffield fans are relieved. They've got something out of it. They think they can get all of it out of it. Guy Lepine having a little bit of a fence with the sticks. Werner takes it back for Nottingham after Panthers win the draw. Ling tries to kick it forward. It wasn't a great pass from Werner. Linger needs to win it back. He's done so for Nottingham. Plays it on the backhand to Graham. Graham out to the left wing. It's the other way around actually. Lepine to Graham. Werner shoots. Pad save. Big rebound. Sheffield throw it out to the boards. Le Gui tried to clear it on the backhand. Can't. Graham. It's gone over the boards. Michel and Lepine having a hug. Happy Christmas. Michel makes out. There's some serious damage and Lepine mocks him. .4:26 to go in sudden death. Brandon Benedict wins the draw. John Weaver has a look. It's Lakovic and Benedict up front. Beckett gets Panthers in onside. Beckett throws it in. Rebound. It's right in front. No one can get to it for Nottingham. Weaver and Beckett combine and get it forward. Brandon Benedict gets the legs going. Inside. Panthers offside. Weaver's shot. Rebound. Big hit from Sheffield, goes unchecked by or unchallenged by the referee. Panthers caught changing on the fly. Big hit by Beckett. Panthers win the puck. Weaver gives it to Fox. He's led by example all game long. Pretends to drop it to Gallivan. Feeds it right to the front. It's bouncing around. It could go anywhere. Sheffield get it. Sheffield fans scream. Kowalski covers up. Goes as though to play it. Chris Frank won't let go of the stick. Guy Lepine's invited him.
Are you here with the GMB Panthers?
3:27 to go. Panthers with the best two chances. One long-range effort from Sheffield in sudden death overtime. Francis, Lepine, Gallivan and Fox for Nottingham. Francis wins the draw. Lepine circles inside the Sheffield forecheck, brings it forward himself, shoots, pad save, big rebound. Matt Francis can't get to it. Panthers have a stick lifted by Francis. Gallivan half poke, checks and wins it back. Frank carries on, uses the boards, gets it in low. Fox comes in, deals with it, but he's lost the puck under his feet. Now he's won it back and he's got it forward to Gallivan. Gallivan, can he get it across to Francis? Francis takes the pass, knows they're changing on the fly behind him, spins and turns and backhands it in. Might have been more sensible to play it back, but who knows what the officials would have done on a too many men call. Sheffield have the puck beyond their own goal line. They're a long way from Kowalski's net, but they were a long way from getting anything out of this game, and now they're in with a big shout of 2 points. Farder brings it forward, shoots, Kowalski makes the save. Gertson's stick is lifted by Weaver, great job by the GB captain, and Kowalski hangs on. 2 shots aside now in overtime.
Come on, Nottingham, put your hands
2:38 to go, overtime. Matthew Myers on with Weaver, Clark and Werner. Sheffield steal the puck back. Farder can't keep it in the zone. David Clark steals it off Farter, throws it across. Panthers try to stretch and get possession. They can't. Sheffield bring it back the other way. Hit on Gertson, doesn't free the puck up for Nottingham. Werner goes back and has another go at him. 3 Sheffield Steelers beyond the goal line. Panthers trying to force it out, force it along the boards. Panthers have to battle to win the puck, and eventually they do. Weaver gets it forward, nice little inside pass to Myers from Clark, long range effort, glove saved by De Caro. And he's held on to it far too long, has to be a whistle, face off to the side of Caro's net. 2 minutes to go in sudden death overtime.
2 minutes remaining in overtime. In this Rapid Twisters League game sponsored by Remit. Time to make some noise if you're here with the Panthers.
Well, I don't think either side really won the draw. It fell kindly for Sheffield, but Panthers have got it. Beckett, man in front, has to use the boards to get it round low. Panthers let it run to Ling. Ling tries to bring it out the front. Brings it right round the front. Backhands! And De Caro had no idea he was making a save there. Now Sheffield come back the other way. And it's Jordan Fox getting back and making great play. Throws himself down and blocks it. Panthers turn it inside. Bruce Graham. Beckett's joining him at the back post. Graham's shot clips the keeper and goes upstairs. 1:30 to go. Panthers 90 seconds to get both points before they'll have to try and steal them on the penalty shootout. Benedict wins the draw, but Farter gets to it, then he fans on it. Benedict can't win it back, and it's in his skates. Farter makes a nuisance of himself. Benedict makes a nuisance of himself. 4 players go for it. Lakovic comes away with the puck for Nottingham, gets it back to point. Gielepin switches it across to Werner. Werner to the front, backhand shot, pad save. Benedict's shot, 70 seconds to go. Benedict tries to win it, loses his helmet with the hit. Panthers have the puck. Lakovic loses the puck. Panthers bring it forward. Gielepin stick handles his way through. Gielepin shoots, pad save. Farder collects the rebound. Panthers changed on the fly, it hits a skate. Francis, Nottingham, sends it to the corner. Gallivan, we're in the last minute. Gallivan can't win the puck. Legui sends it forward, bounces it forward. Weaver's going to get to it first, backhands it off the boards, gets it forward. Francis takes it in. Panthers onside, but not really in control of the puck. Beckett tries to scramble it in deep. He's got it, can't bring it out. Steelers whack it down the ice. This one's got penalties written on it. Panthers so close to making it 3-1. Gallivan gets help from Sheffield. Beckett gets it back. Weaver tries to force it forward. It's bounced around. Glove save. Bouncing bomb tipped towards the goal by Gallivan. And the big lobster pot came up with 10.1 seconds to go. And De Caro saves his team again.
Next up, we've got the Lovely Stars there here on Saturday. But now we've got 10 seconds remaining in overtime. Time to make some noise for the Panthers.
Fox goes forward. He's done everything for the Panthers tonight but score. He wins the draw. He's hauled down. The ref's definitely lost his whistle. Hooking's the call, I think, against Ling.
Panthers home HubSpot sponsors are solutions for accounting.
Or he might be calling
experts in customer relationship management.
Is he calling Ling? He is Ling. Might be a roughing call. 2.1. Tripping.
Number 19, David Ling, 2 minutes for tripping.
Tripping against David Ling.
2 minutes for tripping.
Well, the shortest of power plays, but I think that means Ling can't take a penalty. And he's so good at penalties. Panthers just protect the puck. There's the hooter. So we're going to penalties.
Each team will take 3 penalty shots. If after those shots the scores are tied, there will be sudden death penalties until we have a winner.
Well, the referee has indicated that David Ling can rejoin the team bench. But I think Rick Strachan, the assistant coach, has had to replace him on the shooters list. And the list is out in the ref's hands now. He's going to have to make an adjustment. Scored a brilliant winner in the shootout at Belfast and stuck his tongue out through the big gap in his teeth, and as he sailed past the Sheffield Steelers bench screamed, "Not bad." Well, we won't get to see that tonight. Away team always goes first, so it's Craig Kowalski's name being chanted by the home fans. The Carrow at the other end can only watch from the longest of distances.
For the Panthers, number 33, Craig Kowalski.
Home fans trying to give Killer the big lift. It's Limbright for the Sheffield Steelers. Craig Kowalski. Best goalie in the league. Now the Panthers need him to come up with it. Limbright booed by the home fans. Kowalski tracks him, shoots through the 5-hole. Kowalski misses it. Eric Werner comes out to shoot for the Panthers. Sheffield lead the shootout by a 1-0. Eric Werner, 68 for Nottingham versus De Caro. Gets some speed up, then slows down, shoots. Nice, into the side door. 1-1. Defenseman Drew Farter for the Sheffield Steelers. Limbright scored. Can Farter copy in? Had save. Kowalski makes the save now. Jordan Fox. Captain Fox takes David Ling's place in the shootout. Can he put Nottingham in front and give Kowalski a chance to win the extra point? Fox 1-on-1. Shoots and scores! Back of the net! So Kowalski has a chance to win the extra point. Le Gui has to score to keep Sheffield in it for the extra point, and we do it all again in 24 hours. That'll have happened by the time you see this. Le Gui versus Kowalski. Le Gui takes it wide, brings it back on the forehand, fakes the shot and scores. So we're tied at 2 apiece, but Matt Francis has a chance to win it for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. (17) Matt Francis versus De Caro. We go to sudden death penalties. Francis picks the puck up right in the middle of the GMB Panthers logo. He's got some speed, he fakes, he shoots. The referee says it hit the inside of the post and came back. We'll go to sudden death penalties. So, same 3 shooters go again. Francis beat the keeper but couldn't get it inside the post and in. Limbright, he scored first time round, he goes wide. Shoots upstairs this time. So now De Caro has a chance to win it. And Eric Werner has to score for the GMB Panthers. Sheffield fans trying to lift De Caro's spirits. Long range. Werner scored first time, has to do what Limbright did and scored 2 goals on the penalty. Shoots and scores, keeps it alive. All right, Farter was saved by Kowalski first time round. Big defenseman comes in. They're often the best at Juice Boy. He's Farter. Shoots and scores. He delayed and delayed and delayed, and Kowalski went down, and Farter scored. Jordan Fox has to score. What a game the captains had. Jordan Fox versus De Caro. Oh yes. Deked him out of his jockstrap. Deked him out of his jockstrap. Now it's Le Gui to put the pressure on the Panthers again. Kowalski versus Le Gui. Round 6 of the shootout. No goal. Not much of a shot, not much of a save, but a save all the same. So now Matt Francis, who hit the inside of the post in round 1, has a chance for the extra point for the GMB Panthers. Let's go, Franny. Matt Francis hit the post in round 1. Pat save, we go again. Right, so Limbright with his 3rd penalty shot of the shootout. Pat save Kowalski. Eric Werner scored 2. Can he score 3 in a row? Listen to the noise. Eric Werner. It's a big ass 3 penalty shot successes in a row. Here comes Werner to win it for Nottingham. Yes, he scores! Yes, Panthers take the extra point. Eric Werner takes the extra point for your GMB Nottingham Panthers. Sheffield came back from the dead to steal a point. Panthers get the extra one in the shootout. Boy, have 7,000 fans had their money's worth tonight, and you've had a fiver's worth on our DVD in association with Virgin Active. Steve will leave the camera rolling through the man of the match presentations. Thanks for watching, folks. Final score after umpteen penalty shots. GMB Panthers 3, Sheffield Steelers 2.
In the Boxing Day Classic,
are being presented on behalf of our match sponsors in Remit by Lewis and Paul Elliott. Man of the match for the series this evening, number 1, John DeCaro.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our visitors today, the Sheffield Steelers. And to your supporters, thank you for coming. See you again tomorrow night. Have a safe journey home. Ladies and gentlemen, going home with 1 point this evening, the Sheffield Steelers.
And tonight's man of the match for the GMB Panthers, number 8, Matthew Myers.